The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, to my left, we got a man that really needs no introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Yeah, guys, welcome to True School Sports. I forgot the untouchable True School Sports. And let's get to the nitty gritty. Yeah, here's the champ right here. Let's go and talk some boxing.
That's it, man. So, Adrien Broner, right? You know, right now I was making this video. We're not that far away from his fight with Santiago. I don't remember his name,
Yes,
Santiago.
yeah.
This video will probably come out after the Santiago fight, so I'm making this video assuming that he'll win the fight. All right, I'm just no disrespect to Santiago, but I'm making the video because he's probably gonna win. They didn't pick Santiago for no reason. Right? They picked him for a reason.
Right.
Broner's gonna do his thing.
Matchmakers know how to do the
He
job.
will more than likely win the fight. Assuming that he does win the fight, what's interesting about Broner in his career right now is that Adrien Broner, he's been in South Florida training. He's been training in Davie at Sweatbox Gym. So shout out to Javier Centeno and the fine folks over there at Sweatbox. Peter Khan and them. Shout out to Peter Khan. He's been training, working really hard. I believe you were telling me earlier he lost about 35 to 40 pounds.
Yeah, going to that training. Going to
that
that training
camp.
he lost 35 pounds going to this fight. Jesus Christ.
So a lot of weight has been shed. A lot of weight has been shed going into this fight. And it was initially contracted to be at 140. But he couldn't make it, you know, and I've heard this movie before, you know. I remember when he fought Granados, same thing happened.
Yeah, and it was funny when you're saying that because I was reading about the issue where he lost 35 pounds for his training. Some reporters tried to ask both fighters before the weigh-in, what's the actual weight for the fight?
Nobody knows.
And the promoters they told the fighters don't even go there with that.
Don't go there. So
Until the weigh-in.
So I've seen this movie before. I saw it 4 years ago when he fought Granados. Same thing. So the question I'm going to ask, because I think it's at this point, it was the case 4 years ago. He could make 140 4 years ago. He can't make 140 now, which means that motherfucker is a welterweight. He is a welterweight. All right, it's time to get real. And listen, Adrien Broner, everybody involved, I'm telling you right now, you're a welterweight. So either campaign at welterweight or stop boxing because you can't make 140. All right. Now, I'm gonna ask you, Pops. Can Adrien Broner, in your estimation, you know, welterweight division, one of the most prestigious weight classes in boxing, can Adrien Broner do the unthinkable and win a world title? And if he does win a world title, who do you think it would be against?
I'll be honest with you. This is just my real speaking about it. I'm just gonna go straight cut and dry. This motherfucker goes partying, drinking, doing all kinds of fucking shit. He's never been fully 100%. In the beginning of his early years when he became world champion, he was dedicated, but after that, he fucking wanted to be a rapper, wants to be fucking throwing money to strip joints, doing all kinds of shit. He just hasn't been fully dedicated. And he's also been out for 2 years from boxing. He's just coming right back now. So grandfather time, whatever his time catches up with you, I don't think that he could be a champion again in that division. But what I do think is he might not be about the millions, but he's going to be about the money because just his name alone attracts.
Oh yeah, he'll get paydays. So I listen. I don't think he can win a welterweight title. I'll be honest with you, I don't. But I do think he could be involved in some really fun fights. I think he can get some good wins, and I think he could be inject some life into, in my opinion, what's been a freaking terrible division. As far as excitement goes, the welterweight division is one of the most overrated divisions in boxing. So I would welcome Adrien Broner just coming out and saying, look, I'm campaigning at welterweight. I want to fight Danny Garcia. I want a Mikey Garcia rematch. You know, these are the kind of fights I think he's going after.
I'm quite sure he will say that.
Granados rematch.
But under the contract now being with the promoters and everything, and because of the fight was coming up, they won't allow to. But I think what you said, BT, he's going to eventually say that. Say, you know what? The reality is, I ain't the fighter that I was at 140. I have to go to 147.
He can't make the weight.
I can't make the weight, but I can make my dollar signs.
That's what I'm saying. Making money, champ.
Go
where the money's at.
So I think that's the only. To me, there's no option.
No option.
There's no option because you're not going to be fighting everybody constantly on the catch weight or whatever it's called, or the set weight, whatever. You're just not going to get that. But because of his name, because of his fame, because of his name, because of his, I ain't gonna say stupidity, but the way he expresses himself.
No, he's entertaining. I like Adrien. He's entertaining. I like what he brings to the sport. I just look.
But I'm not buying the shit that he's a changed man.
Every time he loses, I've heard this like 6 times. No, look. He's lost weight. He seems to be taking the sport more seriously. I'm not I'm not knocking that man's trials and tribulations. We all have our own personal demons that we all fight.
We bless him, yeah.
Right, so God bless Adrien Broner. But like everybody talking about like people say if Adrien Broner was focused, you know, he'd be this and he'd be that because he's so talented. Now look, I'm not saying Adrien Broner isn't talented. He is very talented. Otherwise, he wouldn't have become a champion and all those things and been in the fights he's been involved in. But I always for me, I've always thought Adrien Broner was a bit overrated. I look at him as a guy who had a fantastic amateur style, fast hands, good athletic ability, but I never really saw what everybody else saw. You know, going all the way back to the days when he fought on ESPN Friday Night Fights against Fernando Quintero. And if you haven't watched that fight, don't fucking talk to me about Adrien Broner. Okay, he's a good fighter, but you know, I don't really see what everybody else has seen these years. But like, look, well, as far as him, with the direction of his career, I like to see him, you know, some fights that I like to see, you know, granted that he gets past Santiago, I like to see him, you know, I think the Mikey Garcia rematch is a fight that would make it would make good money and make good business sense because Garcia and Broner are both welterweights, they're both names, they have fought already. In Garcia's case, he be coming off of, he hasn't fought like a year, so.
And Thurman coming back,
You got Thurman, you got Danny Garcia.
Those are good names right there.
I mean, you got, you know, you got Granados who's still a welterweight. They had a great fight, a disputed fight. I thought Granados beat Broner. I thought Granados beat Broner, and truthfully speaking, if they would have fought at the original weight, I think Granados would have beat him. Convincingly, because I thought he beat him in the first fight, but he didn't get the decision. It was hometown cooking. So I think Granados could be a good fight for him. There's good fights at 147 for Adrien Broner. But as far as him winning the welterweight title, I mean, look, Terrence Crawford needs opponents, right?
Yeah,
he needs an opponent. Adrien Broner brings attention. Adrien Broner brings numbers. He brings ratings.
Yep.
So who's to say maybe Terrence Crawford don't fight Adrien Broner? But my thing is that granted that he's Santiago, he needs to just come out and just say, look, I am a welterweight. I'm moving up the welterweight. Because we can't be having this every freaking fight where he's in the gym, you know, losing weight. I'm focused, this, that, focus, and then we find out they can't have the fight at the original contracted weight because he can't make the weight. That shit gets tired. I'm tired of it. I want to see him just come out and say, look, I am a welterweight.
Yeah, just move up, and you know, your time passed in the 140 and so forth. You did what you had to do. You got to move on now. And supposedly you say you're wiser, and you've changed or whatever, and you're more dedicated, and you in the past.
One thing I will say is I like Adrien Broner for the way he handled Leonard Ellaby.
Oh yeah,
you ain't with me. You ain't with me.
Yeah, you ain't with me. You're on the other side. You want me? So I mean, it's like you were saying, having fighters that come back and bring that entertainment type thing to boxing, just like you, not a different discussion, but the Charlos, you love the Charlos.
I love the Charlos.
The personality.
Keep running your mouth.
Yeah, the personalities they bring. So having that personality stay in boxing is worth a lot, better than gold because, like you said, it attracts people, and people have money. Eventually, they'll be sitting in the seats and they want to come see Broner. That's it.
So we'll leave it at that. You know, best of luck to Adrien Broner in his career. Hopefully,
it's Santiago, Puerto Rico. We know
Santiago. We don't know shit about Santiago other than he's from Puerto Rico. But yeah, you guys let us know what you think in the comments down below. Can Adrien Broner win a world title at welterweight, and can it be a factor at welterweight? Because the reality is he is a welterweight, whether he wants to admit it or PBC wants to admit it or not. So leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.